it should go without saying, but you should know what's on your character sheet. Know how your character works, what their abilities, spells, and various quirks are. However, I think you should also know, or at least be familiar with what's on the other player's character sheets. So let's get into why. So I do think the game master should be familiar with everyone's character sheets to craft challenges and storylines with the characters in mind. But what about the rest of the players at the table? The first reason I think you shouldn't be familiar with everyone's character sheets is to know their abilities. Look, if you were working in a group, you'd want to know what everyone's strengths and weaknesses were. You may even come up with plans and ways for your abilities to work together. You know, who is going to take on the leadership role? Who is going to be the backup? Who is going to buff the other characters? Who's going to cast the spells? This is one that you might wait until your characters have had a couple of encounters if you're starting out at level 1 or starting with all of your characters meeting for the first time. You could also have these kinds of conversations in or out of character. Maybe all of your characters sit around a campfire one day and kind of talk about what they can do or plans. This can especially be a cool moment if you went through a fight that did not go well. You can kind of be like, okay, let's not do that again. You can brainstorm cool combinations you can do, ways for someone to buff another character or kind of do combo attacks. If you go, oh, hey, if I hit this guy with Hunter's Mark and then you do this attack, it's going to do way more damage than if I do Hunter's Mark and then another attack. Like, oftentimes you can actually combo attacks between different classes that will do a lot of damage or, you know, incapacitate foes that you may not be able to do on your own if you're just kind of thinking like, well, what can only my character do rather than what can my group do? And you can also come up with cool plans and approaches for non-combat. Kind of what I was saying before of like the roles. Is somebody is someone much better at social interactions? Oh, okay, they might take the lead in negotiating with the shopkeeper or talking to a politician. But if you've got somebody who's got a whole bunch of connections with the seedy underbelly of the city, they might be the one to take point in those kinds of conversations. This is also going to prevent those moments where one player finds themselves useless, especially in combat. Like, if you know the barbarian has 0 ranged attacks, but your character does, and there are only kind of so many spots to be able to get into melee with the enemy, then you can kind of make sure that your character doesn't block the barbarian's path to getting into melee, so you all can kind of be contributing instead of who's probably going to be your biggest hitter, let's be honest, with a barbarian standing back going, hey guys, somebody has to move so I can hit him, and doing an awkward shuffle. I have been in those situations, and it's not fun kind of for anybody because the player who can't really contribute is sitting there kind of being like, okay, somebody needs to move. And the players who aren't, unable to do stuff are also kind of like, hey, why aren't you pitching in? And when I've been in that situation, we've kind of had a talk afterwards, in and out of character, of like, hey, if we're in this situation again, let's make a line for this character to be able to get up close. Or, okay, you wanted to get in so that you could have an area of effect thing go off, do that, and then get out, and we'll kind of swap, because the person who was up close and personal was also our squishiest person instead of the person who is built to actually take some damage. Okay, so my next reasoning is, it does fall into kind of the metagaming, but I do think it's the good kind of metagaming. I want to take a moment to say thanks to all of our patrons, especially Sean. If you enjoyed the videos that we make and want to help us continue to make them and make them better, you can head on over to patreon.com/rollforinitiative and check out the perks of being a patron. Before I get to my next reasoning, I am going to say, I don't think that you need to memorize everyone's character sheets. If your brain works like that, awesome. Most of us, it doesn't. And it's a lot, especially if you've got a spellcaster in your party with lots of options to choose from. I do think it is good having a general idea of what they can do and who the character is, especially if you are going to find that fun. Okay, so beyond the mechanics of the character, I also think you should be familiar with the other characters' goals and backstory and kind of like where the player would like to see their story go. Now, with backstory, this might be something that kind of you get maybe a broad stroke and not too specific, as well as with maybe goals and all of that. Or you may choose, especially specifically for backstory, not to really say anything and then let it get revealed as the game plays. Kind of whatever works for you. But the reason I say this is that way the other players, not just the game master, can help with the roleplay and direct the story in the direction of the characters' overall stories. You'll know which story leads to follow that the GM drops if you have some idea of kind of where the characters' stories are going. This is player knowledge that can inform character choices. I've been in a game where the GM was setting up a moment for one player to shine that was really tied into their backstory, only to have another character kind of steal that moment because the player wasn't keeping in mind the other player's backstory and kind of what the player was hoping would happen with that character. So the second player ended up unintentionally stealing the resolution moment from the first player, and that wasn't fun for anybody because the first player obviously was like, I didn't get this story moment. The GM was like, I don't really want to go back and like redo this because that's going to be awkward. And the second player was just like, oh, I didn't keep that in mind, and I think a little bit of like didn't know. It was kind of just an all-around bad moment that could have been avoided if, we just kind of had a little bit more of broad strokes, here's where I'd like to see my character going, and then kept that in mind. Now, where this does get tricky is if the players use knowledge their character wouldn't have to make the game easier, or they make choices that make absolutely no sense for the character. Look, I'm all for using this knowledge to help move the story along, but your character should have a reason for their choice beyond just player knowledge. And players, you can come up with reasons for the character, especially if they're noticing, oh, hey, this other character, this seems really important. Let's follow that plot thread. With all that said, there are some parts of your character that I don't think you should share with the other players, at least until it comes up in-game. Some aspects of your backstory are just going to be better if it's just between you and the GM until it becomes relevant to the story of the game, and you get to kind of reveal it to everybody else at the table. What do you think? Should you know parts of other players' character sheets, or should the only other person to see those parts be the GM? Let's chat about it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Roll for Initiative. Bye!